April 2nd, 2026. The topic today, I didn't actually write it down. It's more basically kind of riffing here. I think the rewards of working through very difficult challenges can be great. This relates to my journey through building this app, and now I'm kind of getting into the last 20% of it, maybe ish. And I realize some of the stuff I'm tackling now, which is in many ways kind of like polishing type work, or maybe I should say less polish and less critical, but still very useful. I guess I have to paint the example here a little more clearly. The thing I've been working on the last basically 2 days is the video player for the tournament setup, and I wanted to have it automatically utilize the names of the people in the tournament. And working through that challenge has been extremely difficult. I think maybe one of the more difficult, probably maybe the most difficult single element that I've been building into this app. And to get it all to work right is, I guess, well, what it kind of paints to me is that I knew it would be a hard task. I didn't think it would be this hard, but even knowing it would be hard, I was a little bit reluctant to dive into it. And so I really wanted to flesh out all the other parts of the app that are simpler and that are very useful, but just not as challenging. You kind of, this is maybe sort of the reason sketching if you're an artist, sketching feels good because you get to kind of really hit the broad strokes and create 50% of the image look, maybe not even 50, but a significant part of the image is built very quickly. You can kind of get a sense of it. And in programming this app, I kind of enjoy the sketching element as well, which makes sense. That's how I always enjoyed doing art. I just like sketching because you can, as I mentioned, get a good feel for the piece very quickly. But as with art, and so too in app development, diving in on the more difficult things, it just takes more patience and more perseverance and more grit just to kind of get through it, get things to that more polished, more technical level. And yeah, as mentioned in the beginning, it just feels good when you kind of finally get there. I really buckled down on these challenges over the last couple days. And no particular challenge I've faced other than some troubleshooting stuff in the past. And troubleshooting is just troubleshooting. But this was, really, well, I guess it was a good mix of, innovation and troubleshooting to kind of put it all together. So it feels good to, be through that. As I kind of look forward to the remaining elements of the app, there's a lot of the challenge actually will be more boring work, but it'll be like, fine-tuning the experience point system and designing awards and badges and things that will kind of go along with that. And there's a little bit other kind of critical things that are not as big, but just looking forward to that experience point stuff. I know it'll be tedious and it's just going to be a lot of work. So I feel good to have gotten through this one chunk. Next chunk will be challenging, but it'll feel good to kind of get through that as well. The day as a whole was pretty basic, more basic than usual. Got up and got cracking on the app as usual. I did not do my daily walk today. The weather gods were kind of going into freeze mode, and it was, at least on my app, it said it feels like 18 degrees. I'm not going to go walking out in 18-degree weather. I mean, I think that was probably just a wind chill. It was down around 30-ish or mid-30s maybe naturally, but it was just very windy today and even rainy, I think. I didn't go outside much. So I mostly stayed in and worked on the app all day. The one exception was making my trip out to arm wrestling practice, which was good, but I didn't stick around there very long because I just wanted to focus on knocking out the app stuff. So that was my day. Not a lot to it, other than if you think of the app work as something to it. There we have it. Not a lot there. Maybe something was useful, hopefully. Thanks for swinging by. Take it easy. Until next time.